If you think it takes you a long time to pull your sold items from your inventory to ship them out each day, then this video is for you. Today's tip is all about how to save time on a daily basis so that you can pull your items quickly and easily from inventory to ship them out. Hi, I'm Rebecca. This is the Reseller Mom Show. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining me again. And I just want to say this channel is all about getting more done, making more money, and staying sane while raising kids and reselling online. So if that sounds good to you, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy the tip today. All right, welcome to Reselling Tips series. This is tip number 4, putting your item location number in your Poshmark title and your eBay custom SKU. Now, it's 4 a.m. I'm recording this video. That's why you're not seeing my face. So I'm just going to show you on the screens. I still have not figured out how to show my phone on a video yet. So the tech is not going to be great on this, but hopefully the idea is helpful to you. So I do encourage you to stick around. Basically, for quite some time, I did not do this, and then once I did, I realized how much time it actually saved me. First, I started with Poshmark, and then I did the same process in eBay. So, putting your item location number in your Poshmark title and in your eBay custom SKU will save you so much time when you're pulling your items. Now, as you know, I have a storage unit. So for me, I can't just pull items all the time. I have to go there with a specific, list of items that I need to pull. Usually I'm referring to my phone in the apps to pull the items I need to ship that day. And time is of the essence. And so any time I can shave off of that experience is crucial, especially when I used to bring my son to the storage unit to pull items. Now I don't. I usually go before he wakes up in the morning. Every once in a while he's with me, and so anytime that you can save when your little guy or little girl is running around you and you're trying to do business things is important. So what I did was edit my Poshmark titles to reflect the item location number in the actual title. It used to be in the description. I moved it to the title, and here's why. Number 1, it saves time when you're pulling the items from the various bins that you have because you're not clicking through on extra screens in your phone to scroll down and see the description. So by having it in the title, you're just able to refer to one place to see your item location number for all of the items that's sold. And I'll show you that in a second. The next reason why it's helpful is because you can look at the entire list and see if you have multiple items that sold from the same bin. So instead of going to bin E to get number 13 and to get number 8 two separate times because you're referring to each item individually, now you can just scroll through your list real fast and see if you have any duplicate items coming from the same bin. You can go to bin E once and pull out both items. And obviously that's a time saver because you're not doing the physical motions over and over again of going to get the bin, taking the item out, looking for it, putting items back in, taking items out, etc. So I'm going to show you on the computer. Again, it's not the same as looking at it on the phone, but when you go to your phone and you open up Poshmark, you just hit your sales tab and you'll see this same list. So I sold this cardigan, it's number 500. I know I go to that bin and pull it. This one canceled for whatever reason overnight. This has a bundle, and so obviously this doesn't work because you have to look at the bundle. But all you have to do is click into the bundle, and before you'd have to click into each individual item. Again, on your phone, when you're looking for your items, here I can just see exactly which ones. And I can tell this is in D3, this is FF18, this is 611, this is 1023, KK37, TT9. None of these are duplicates, but let's say there were 2 on here for TT, I would be able to go to the TT bin and pick both of them at the same time without having to do it separately, and that would save time. So I don't think I need to beat a dead horse. I think it makes sense. There's a few exceptions of where I don't put it. My boutique items are in a separate area of my storage unit. They do not have individual numbers. That's one of the great things about selling boutique items, is that they're multiple quantities, so you can just grab what you need. shoes and purses and things that don't fit in the bins, I have a separate area for, so those do not have numbers. An item that has multiple sizes or multiple variations will not have it either. So this will have individual numbers based on the size inside the description. So there are a few exceptions, of course, and it just so happens that these particular sales are part of those, but I'm glad because at least I got to mention it. But most of the time, I'm just scrolling down and seeing all of these different, those are boutique, item numbers, and I'm able to just pull really fast the number that I need. So that's for Poshmark. Now on eBay, so I started doing it first with Poshmark, and when I realized how much time it saved, then I said, okay, now I'm gonna go and do the same process in eBay. And what I did is have my virtual assistant go through, and basically I just had her, let me just pull up the actual item. So the item number was in the description, and I just had her go through to the description for each item, and we did it section by section. We started with the women's items, then we did the men's items, then we did the kids' items. We did it category by category to make sure that they all got switched over, and this took quite some time, but it's definitely worth it. We took the location number from here and we put it into the title, with the hashtag, with the number sign, so that we were easily able to see what the number is. And so once I realized this huge time savings from doing it on Poshmark, then I realized that, okay, I'm still clicking in, and on eBay it's even worse. When you're clicking into the eBay app and you go to your selling tab, then you would go to either your sold or your paid area. Then you would have to click on the item. I'm doing it on my phone. You can't see that. Just to talk about the steps. Now I can see it on that page. But before I would have to scroll down, click into the item, then scroll down some more. I'm doing the steps right now. Click into the description, refer to the item number, and go find it. That took a lot of time. And every once in a while at my old storage unit, the internet would not be so good and it would take forever for it to load, and I would have to walk to the edge of the storage unit by the door to get it to load, figure out the item location number, walk back to my unit, pull the item. It was ridiculous. So now it's very easy because all I have to do is one click on the item and I can see the custom SKU right there. So for eBay, again, I don't know how to show you my phone, but here is the custom label. Now this has two parts to it. It has the date it was listed and then the custom label for the item location number. So we're just looking at the N number for right now, P11, 02, D24, 09, 08, etc. So this is easy to edit here. If you don't see custom label here, you can go to, oh, what did I just do? You can go to your customize and change what categories show up here, what columns. And so you can easily edit them in here. If you, let's say, had your phone open, you could refer to the item, note the location number, and then type it in here and easily edit them here. Again, I had my virtual assistant do that. It did take her quite some time, but I paid her one flat fee to do it. Took her a few days, and then the project was over, and now we've made it part of our normal listing process to include it in the custom label. So it's happening now as an ongoing basis, and it saves me a ton of time at the storage unit pulling my items to ship. So I don't know if this is something that you're doing. It's definitely something to consider. Maybe try it with a test group of items. The only problem is you don't know which items are going to sell, so you may not see the result and be able to actually test it for a little while. But if you know that there's some things that will be selling quickly, or maybe once something has sold, go in and, well, I guess you can't edit it once it's sold. That won't work. I don't know, but maybe I always test things out with a subgroup before I make the sweeping change through my entire inventory. So that would be my biggest suggestion, because everybody's routine is different as far as where your items are, how you pull your items, when you pull your items. If you have your items at home with you, maybe you don't have that many, it maybe isn't as big of a time saver. But for me, on any given day, I'm pulling at least 10 to 20 packages. And while that doesn't sound like a lot, it can add up, and that's why I put here, I did time it out initially. It usually takes anywhere between 50 to 30 minutes to pull items, and that depends on a number of things. How many that day, do I have them in multiple bins, or some of them in the same bin? Are they bins that are all the way up on the top of the shelf, which always takes me longer? Do I have to dig in the bin to find an item all the way at the bottom? So it can take, any number of different things. But I figured out by timing myself that doing this, especially with the eBay items, shaves about 20 to 30 seconds per item. So again, that doesn't sound like a huge time saving, but for me, one thing that I've learned is that I always want to start preparations for being bigger before I'm too big. And so I learned that with my inventory system, and how I set up the item location numbers, and how I just set up the inventory system in general. I never planned to be so much bigger, and so I always had to continue to redo my inventory system to match as I got bigger. And so now, if I prepare to be bigger than I am now, all those systems are in place before I get that big. And so I feel like once I get to the point where I'm shipping 25 packages a day, 30 packages a day, or more, this system is already in place before that happens. And so that time savings is already built in. If you have questions about this, if I didn't do a good job of explaining, let me know in the comments below or find me on Instagram. But I do think that this is a huge time saver for people. I don't know that it's a huge time saver for everyone, but analyze it and see if it's right for you. Give it a try with a small group of listings and see how it goes. Let me know how it's working for you. I would love to hear your feedback. Thanks so much for listening and for watching, and I will see you on the next reseller tip in the series. Take care.